Okay, so the first card is good news. So you have received some good news. There may have been some mistake that was made. It seems here there's a broken cup over here, or maybe a relationship that's been broken down, and it looks like something good has come of it because you've received some good news following that. And you've got the troubleshooter over here, so you have maybe been receiving some sort of psychic advice from somebody, or trusting a lot of your own intuition, or asking people for advice about how to do things, looking for solutions to certain problems. Now, in the past, you may have taken a journey and there were a lot of hidden enemies that you were dealing with. And going into the future, you've got happiness coming in. So there might be a good friend or something that you can rely on. And they might end up giving you some kind of surprise, some sort of surprise coming in over here that's going to bring a lot of happiness and joy to you. There's some letter or some communication coming that's bringing some good news for you. It looks like really good news because, you've got this card about jumping for joy. So some really good news coming in for you. So I'm going to use the Low Scarabaro deck, and I've put the details in the description box. It's a really good deck. It's a Rider-Waite deck, and it's got some really good imagery in it. So go have a look at this deck. Okay, so you got the Hermit as the main energy of the card over here, cards over here. So you're spending a lot of time by yourself. You're focusing a lot on things that matter to you. You might be looking at the past a lot to try and find solutions to your problems that you've been having. And it looks like you've been having a lot of issues, a lot of problems. There's a lot of dark clouds over here, but spending a lot of time trying to shine the light on, whatever is going on, trying to find the answers, maybe doing a lot of soul searching. Maybe feeling also very isolated. This could also be a card where you're focusing a lot on your work situation, because this is a card that is ruled by Virgo. You might also be doing some studying at this particular moment. So Virgo is also the card that is ruled by Mercury, and this is a card to do with studying or spending a lot of time on books or information. So this could be the case. Maybe doing some research as well with that Virgo card. So what's going on with you? You've got the Seven of Pentacles over here, and you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So you really are assessing your investments here. This is all about money. The Seven of Pentacles is about investments made where you've been putting all your efforts and your energy and, maybe even your money in your bank account. You're looking at your finances right now, doing a financial assessment and deciding what to do next. You're at a standstill at the moment. You can see this person is standing and looking at that investment. And you've got the Ten of Pentacles. You might have received some kind of money, some kind of lump sum, maybe inheritance from somebody, from a family member. The Ten of Pentacles is usually about money, family money, in the form of inheritance. And maybe you're deciding on how you want to invest that particular money with this Seven of Pentacles being crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. So it looks like, you might have received something or some kind of inheritance, and you're deciding on how you want to invest that money. So what's happening with you? For the last year, it seems like you've ended a cycle. You seem to be quite stable in whatever job you're doing, but it seems like, you've achieved whatever goals you wanted to achieve for that particular cycle, and it has now come to an end. So with this old year, it looks like that old cycle is finished, and you are now ready to move on. You might be even ending an old job and moving to something new. That's the World card. And then you've got the Temperance card over here. So you're getting rid of things that are not serving you anymore. So old emotions, old situations, old ideas, you're actually emptying them out of your life. You're getting rid of them in this last few months, and you're trying to bring that balance back into your life by getting rid of all the things that are negative. Even people that are not serving you seem to be emptying them out. Now, the Temperance card is your card. It's a card ruled by Sagittarius. So it seems like there's a big drive for you to get rid of things that are not functioning or working in your life anymore, and you're trying to move on and heal from situations that have caused problems for you. Now, you've got the Nine of Swords over here. You're very anxious about something that's happening in your life. It's causing you to a lot of worry, a lot of angst coming out of the situation. You're seeing the worst case scenario. Maybe something is not going the way you wanted it to go. It's not going as fast as you wanted to go. So you're very, very anxious about that situation. So going into the future, you've got the Knave of Chalices. There looks like there's some kind of information or some kind of offer coming in for you. This could also be a card of studying. So maybe you're considering going and doing some further education, and maybe you're putting in applications. And maybe this is what is making you worried about whether or not your application will be accepted. But it looks like there is, there might be studying or some kind of, there could be an emotional offer coming in for you. Some kind of news coming in that's going to make you quite happy. It might even involve some kind of change of home. So you might be moving as well. You've got these two, the turtle over here, you've got the swan. So maybe moving to something different, something better. But definitely with the Knave of Cups, it's about, information that is going to make you quite happy. But it's also about studying as well. And I say it's studying because of this Virgo card over here. So focusing on your studying, maybe, thinking about doing further studying as well. So what's happening with you? You've got the Queen of Cups over here. So you are feeling a bit down, and, you're trying to move on. You've also got a Stork over here, trying to bring change into your life. But you're a bit stuck, thinking about the past, dreaming about the things that happened in the past, or even thinking about the things. And it's causing you a bit of upset. Maybe you're feeling a bit lost and a bit lonely because you are sitting here by yourself. And it seems like, you do want to change with the Stork. Maybe you want movement to come in, but you're ending up spending a lot of time by yourself. Now, what's going on around you? People see you as being a very, very financially independent person, or just a very independent person who gets things done, who's a very hard worker, who, you're managing to accumulate some funds as well, it seems. But, you're standing by yourself, and you're working very hard to get where you want. You're trying to be self-made. So, you're spending a lot of time by yourself, but you're also very, very independent of anybody else. You're not relying on anybody else for any kind of support with that Nine of Pentacles. And also there's a lot of admiration that comes in with this, by the person who knows exactly what they want. And that's how people see you. Now, you yourself, you're worried about all the responsibilities and burdens that you're carrying, and you really want to get rid of them. You want to move forward in life, but if you feel that, you are taking too much, maybe it's feeling a bit overwhelmed at this particular moment with all the things that you are doing. So going into the future, you've got the Two of Swords over here, the Death card, and the Seven of Swords. Now, you have to make a decision. It seems to be a decision that you have to make, and it's got to be a very practically based decision, not a decision that is based on emotions. And, you've got to turn your back to emotions and make that decision in order to begin this new cycle. So whatever it is, and maybe this is the thing that is worrying you, whatever decision you have to make, it's going to be something that's going to cause a big change in your life, a very big transformation, and you're worried about making that decision. But it is a decision that has to be made. You are at a crossroads in your life, and you have to make that decision, and it's got to be based on logic. You have to look at what's going to be good for you in the long run rather than how you feel right now. And it is a very big decision because you've got the Death card, and it looks like you've got to abandon this particular situation that you are in completely and move forward. You can see this is the Death card moving forward as a skeleton, and he's carrying this big scythe with him. So, you've got to cut out that past completely and move forward, leave behind whatever it is, and move forward completely with, start fresh. This is an absolutely fresh start, a brand new start, a big change that is coming. And, you will have to make it. If you don't make it, the universe tends to make it for you. So it is some big change that is coming, and it's about leaving behind that past and moving on. It's just a natural progression. Don't look at it as that you're being victimized to do it. You're going to have to just make that decision and move on. And you are stalling making that decision. It seems like you don't want to really make that change, but you have to make it. And it looks like you're going to have to leave things behind. Things that are not... It's not that they're no longer serving you. It's that these things that you're going to leave behind, you have to leave it behind in order for you to make room for something new to come in. So whatever ideas or whatever, even possessions, something material, things of yours have to be left behind, and you have to make that move. it seems like, you're going to have to just take the bare minimum and walk forward. Even with its death card, it's just bones going forward. There's no flesh. So there are things that you're going to have to leave behind, things that you're very attached to. You're going to have to leave it behind and move forward. In order for you to progress, in order for you to go forward in life, you've got to look at the bigger picture rather than focusing on the small details of it and getting worried about what you're going to be losing. It seems like, whatever situation you're going through is going to be a temporary situation, but in the long run, whatever you leave behind is going to be of benefit to you. This move, although it's a big life-changing move, it is something that has to be done in order for you to progress for the future. So there's some big decision that you have to make in order for you to move forward, and you've got to leave things behind, abandon things, even ideas, people, situations, abandon them, and you've got to move forward in order for you to progress. And it's going to take a lot of planning, a lot of strategy. This is a kind of strategy as well, and that is how you're going to be able to move forward. So there's a big decision pending, and you're going to have to make it. If you don't make it, the universe tends to make it for you. It might involve studying or doing a new course or going somewhere else to do this work, but you will have to make that decision. It looks like you have received some sort of financial payoff, some kind of money coming in from the family member, and you're deciding on how to even invest that. So all in all, you're spending a lot of time by yourself. You are very independent, but feeling a bit low right now. So you need to get out of that. With the stork over there at the forefront of the card, it's also talking about a home move or big changes coming in. So this big change is coming in for you. And, it's no use being worried about it. You got to just have a more positive attitude and move forward. And because in the long run, it will pay off for you. So I'm just going to draw some cards from the Wolf Pack. And this is the Oracle deck that I'm using. Let's see what they've got to say. So the first card is guilt. You seem to be harboring guilt from the past, such as divorce, children, or actions. Seek solutions and move on. Learn how to overcome guilt and forgive yourself. Prayer heals. So if you're really worried about moving on or that you're going to be leaving people behind, you need to stop doing that and focus on yourself. It's now time to be selfish and think about yourself and think about how things are going to benefit you in the long run and not worry about what everybody else, how it's going to affect anybody else. You are the most important person. The well is within yourself is a wealth of information. And if you know how to draw from the well within, it will bring you newfound skills, talents, and strength. So you have a lot of information and skills that you need to use. And maybe this big change is calling for you to use those skills and hidden talents that you have in order for you to grow. So this is the point. You've got to actually dig deep within yourself and start drawing from your inner strengths and use your inner skills or the skills that you've accumulated over the years in order for you to get going. And you've got the last card as temptation. You might be tempted to take a risk or spend money you cannot afford. Or you might be attracted to somebody who is married or committed. So you need to avoid temptation. So anything that comes your way that is tempting you to go off course, you need to actually put that behind you and say, this is what I'm going to do. So don't take any risks. In other words, make sure you're looking out for yourself and that you are number one. Don't take any risks. Dig deep within yourself and find those hidden skills that you have. You've got a lot of information and a lot of knowledge, and you're very you're a very well-rounded person with a lot to give, and you need to take that and use it for use it to get where you're going to. And don't feel guilty about moving on. It is time for you to move on, and it is a time for you to abandon the old situations and start thinking about doing things for yourself. So there is, you will have to cut out that past. It's not cutting out negativity. It's actually just moving on. You will have to let go of that past. Sever ties, cut ties with people, cut ties with family homes or family situations or any kind of, situation that was very permanent. You may have to leave all that behind in order for you to move forward, in order for you to grow. And maybe this is the hardest decision you're going to have to make, but it is going to be something that is going to be worthwhile in the end. So even though it's like you feel like it's a big burden on your shoulder right now, eventually you can see there's a a village there. This person is walking towards that stability. So it looks like whatever, you have been dealing with the 10 of Wands, it's the end of that cycle. It's the end of that situation. And it's now time for you to move on and look after yourself. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me some comments if it has. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.